Well, hello, my name's Nigel Spooner. I'm the author of a new book on Brooklands. It's called A History of Aviation at Brooklands in 100 Objects. And today I am going to present to you some of those objects as we go round the museum site. We're going to start with this rather strange building behind me. It's not very impressive, is it? It's about the size of a large garden shed. But like a number of objects here at Brooklands, it's frankly the story behind it that's so important rather than the object itself. This story starts right at the beginning of the Brooklands history. In 1907 the racetrack was built, and very quickly a number of individuals decided that the centre of the racetrack would make rather a good airfield. A number of sheds were set up and a number of flying schools, including one set up by Hilda Hewlett and her French business partner Gustave Blondel. This started to generate a huge enthusiasm for flying, and people all over the country, at least those who were rich enough, decided that they wanted to try this flying lark out for themselves. At the same time, there were two gentlemen in London called Mr. Keith and Mr. Prowse, who brought a business up in the late 1800s to sell music and to sell theatre tickets. They saw an opportunity. They came to Brooklands, and in 1911 they set up this first flight ticket office. It was built actually about 1 kilometre away from here on the original Flying Village site. And for a number of years, up until the First World War, it served to sell tickets for pleasure flights, as they were called, but they were for the very rich. They cost from 2 to 10 guineas. Now, in modern money, that's the equivalent of about 200 to 1,000 pounds. So you had to be quite well off to try out this new idea of flying. But it worked, it was very successful. But of course, then along came the First World War. During the First World War, the Brooklands site reverted to the military, and afterwards, when it was rebuilt, the flight office was no longer needed on its original site. It was used for storage mainly, but extraordinarily it survived right through until the 1980s on its original site, being used for storage. At that point, its history was recognised. It was given listed status, grade 2 listed, so it was a building to be preserved. And it was dismantled and brought over here to the museum site and re-erected on the site that you hear today.